Today I've got Barney and I've got Kobe. So just on a school day, just basically recapping on what I've been doing with them. Just going to Barney. He went camping at the weekend and he was absolutely perfect. So from a dog that sort of this time last year was reactive on the lead, jumping, barking, lunging at other dogs. They did take him camping, and it wasn't a relaxing experience. And this time, absolutely perfect. Lying outside the tent, other dogs running around, absolutely nothing. So that's where we're at with him. So I suppose the point is for saying how bad he was. There's no quick fix. This is behavioural stuff. So this is conditioning the mind. The mind then controls the behaviour. So it doesn't happen overnight, but stay with it, stay consistent, and that's what you get. You get the lovely balanced dog. So I like to pair Barney with Kobe because Barney doesn't play. And we're now at the point with Kobe where I just want Kobe to know that not every dog wants to play, and there's another way of playing. So Barney explores. Barney explores and he loves the water, as we know, and Kobe follows him. Now Kobe's tried to play with him, he's nudged him. I've checked Kobe a couple of times because he's nudged him and he's put his paws on top of Barney's back. So not in necessarily a dominant way, but just in a play way. He wanted to play, and that's just not what Barney does, and some dogs don't want to physically play. So we really need Kobe to understand that, you know, some dogs play, some dogs don't, and that's why I like to team him up with Barney so he can learn the difference. Obviously when he's with mine, especially with Frank, they play really, really rough. So last week and this week I haven't actually had Kobe and Frank together because I don't really want to encourage that kind of behaviour with either of them. I mean, Frank is still a work in progress for me. So anyway, the difference with Kobe though, since the beginning of this year when he was first castrated because his hormones and his testosterone had just sent him completely loopy, and to the point where he couldn't concentrate, he couldn't take any kind of direction. The poor guy was just stressed to hell. And it's dangerous because his unbalanced energies and his reactive energy, his stressed energy, is such that dogs don't want that around them, and they will be quite reactive back. And that's what was happening with Roscoe. Roscoe was certainly letting Kobe know that he was out of order with his behaviour, and Roscoe didn't want Kobe anywhere near him. So so that was where we were at the beginning of the year. Now we've got a very, very different dog. So now we just met an elderly lady with 3 pointers, and they were running about like lunatics. They just came out of nowhere, which kind of made these two jump a bit. Barney didn't do anything. Kobe, obviously, he's young, so he went running alongside and wanted to play with them, and he nudged them a couple of times. They growled, he growled back. That's not an attack, but the lady did sort of do a little bit of a scream and she waved a stick around, and your dog's attacking mine. That's not what happened. That's not what happened at all. So I had a little chat with her and calmed her down and explained what her dogs were doing and what these dogs were doing, and we're fine. But yeah, that initial reaction from it, and I'm sure that's what everybody gets when they have the dog off lead at some point, which is why people are getting, and this is what I'm finding, people are getting more and more reluctant to let their dogs off lead and to let their dogs communicate with other dogs because of what the owners are going to say. And we very often misinterpret the dog's body language. So even if there's growling and even if there's jumping at each other, it's not an attack, it's communication. And it will very often be more vocal. Dogs don't generally converse in a vocal way when it's familiar, when it's their own pack. The way that they communicate is very much body language and eye contact. Now, when it's a dog that they don't know, that's not a member of their own pack, then it will be more vocal. And that's why we get the growling, the barking, the lunging. But it's not necessarily an attack. If the dog wants to bite, he'll bite, and he'll bite straight away. He knows exactly where to place his mouth, and he'll bark. You know, he'll bite straight away. this is communication. This is what the dogs are doing. They're testing each other's boundaries. This is the way they communicate. So we need to stop panicking when we hear a growl, because it very often doesn't mean anything other than, hey, how you doing? Do you want to play? No, I don't want to play. Do you come from around here? Do you come here often? No, I don't. Leave me alone. That's all you're getting. It's not a fight. You just, okay, this is wood. It's not a fight. It's just one dog saying, back off, I'm not comfortable. That's all it is. And that's okay. We don't mind that. So, anyway, boys, this way. So here we are. We've done the walk. We've been out a good couple of hours this morning. I'm trying to stay away a little way from the water. I've come down the canal, so they've had their play in the water. And this is where Barney's shown Kobe that, you know, there's plenty of play without it being physical and jumping on each other. So all the exploring in and out of the water, grabbing sticks in the water, dragging them out. They've both been doing that together without necessarily ragging each other about. So Kobe's learnt a new way of playing, which is good. It's actually kept him calmer as well. So really, really good, these two together. I'm loving this. It's also helping Barney as well, because at least he's still getting the conditioning that, you know, other dogs can be all over him, but again, it doesn't mean that they're going to attack him. It doesn't mean that they're going to go for him. It's all communication. So he's building his confidence and his understanding all the time. So it's helping them both. And now this afternoon, when I've done this walk, I'll do some more lead work with Kobe, because he can still be a little bit strong on the lead. I've had him on and off the lead on this walk already, and I'm trying to do sort of 5 minutes on the lead, and then he goes off, and then he's off for probably 10-15 minutes, then another 5 minutes on the lead, and I'm keeping that walk very structured, very workmanlike, very much as it would be if he was walking with the alpha. He would be walking alongside. He wouldn't be stopping and sniffing and doing his own thing and pulling. He would be walking alongside the alpha. So that's the structure of the walk. It's not necessarily the distance that you cover, it's what you do in the distance that you're covering. So it's the quality of the walk, and as long as you've got the quality right, then you've got the right stimulation, and you're basically getting the right balance, and we're conditioning the mind in the right way, and that's what I'm doing with Kobe. So we'll have a little bit more lead work this afternoon, and I'm going to take it easy, because not last week, I didn't have him last week. The week before, we'd been out on a walk. There's been an awful lot of water. They've been playing in the water quite a lot. And then in the afternoon, I took him for a walk. Well, his little pads on his feet were soft from all the water, and he actually wore his pads off, so they come off. So he was really sore-footed for quite a few days. So yeah, I'm easing off the water. They've had the play in the water, now they're away from the water. So this is my day today anyway. Yeah, all good, all happy. So hope you're all having a good day too.